Number 11, discussion approval of policy resolution 2013-03 regarding policy of nepotism.
The resolution was initially read at the last board meeting, and I will reread it. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, we do. Sorry, it's out of order. That nimble brain of mine, yeah. Okay, I will so move that we discuss the resolution 2013-03 for potential approval.
I'll second that.
Discussion?
Okay, any discussion?
Okay, I will read this.
I think we gotta wait. What time is it?
It's the sun. Resolution 2013-03 for Clark Springs Association, Inc. A resolution amending the bylaws of the Fort Clark Springs Association, Inc., a Texas nonprofit corporation. Be it resolved by the Board of Directors of the Fort Clark Springs Association, Inc., that the bylaws of the Fort Clark Springs Association, Inc. are hereby amended as follows. Article 4, Paragraph 3, Item E, Number 7 is amended to read as follows. 7 shall not be related by blood, consanguinity within the third degree, or by marriage, affinity within the second degree, to any association employee that is deemed as administrative management, to include such positions as Director of Operations, Office Manager, Human Resources Agent, Accountant, Member Services, Collection Agent, CC&R Agent, Architectural Committee Secretary.
What we're trying to do is because of the limited workforce in this general area and the knowledge of many people on the fort who may be related to a current board member or future board members, they would be not allowed to work on the fort, which, you know, we certainly could use some help of knowledgeable people. So what we want to do is make it that, for example, the four of us, if any of our family members would like to work on the fort and are hired, not that they just get the job, they would have to go through the process, just like anybody else, they can then work on the fort, excluding the categories that were listed. That is the purpose of this resolution. Any discussion?
I hear the word architectural mentioned.
Yeah, the Secretary of Architectural, because that's their CC&R person. We're just trying to name every single thing that could be associated to executive admin staff. That's all.
For example, maintenance is not.
The resolution stated under executive staff, anybody who would have any control or access to your computer system and your financials.
And we want to encourage, we have a board election coming up in 2015, and we want to encourage those people who are interested and qualified to run for the board and not be penalized because they have a non-administrative executive employee as part of their household. It's already happened in the past where someone ran for the board and had to suffer financial hardship because their relative had to quit perhaps a job such as mowing or repairing vehicles, whatever you have, because they have a board member as a relative. So I think we're discouraging some good people out there from participating in the board in this manner. And again, it eliminates administrative executive personnel because that would definitely be a conflict of interest. Board members are not involved in the day-to-day hiring and firing of employees. That is Jody Stevens' job. So we do not or cannot sit in on a session or make recommendations as to who she hires and fires. We're trying to increase the number of good candidates for open jobs. We're having trouble filling positions, from everything from a waitress at the restaurant to a maintenance worker. That's the theory behind it. We're not trying to bring in family members just to bring them in. We're actually looking for good people to work on the fort.
At first, I had a conflict of interest when I ran for the board, and at the time, this would fix that problem. However, on reflection and talking, a lot of people talking to me, I don't think we should mess with the bylaws until we have a full board here, 5 people. And I for one just like to have this table to fill our board, and then maybe reword this policy a little bit different. There needs some thought put into it, a little more thought.
What would you suggest?
Not right now, I just put,
Well, this was brought up a month ago, 6 months ago, but I mean, this resolution was read last month, so it's something that's been around.
yeah, it has been out there.
And since it was read and everybody was aware of it, I too have heard a lot of people discuss displeasure with that. Whether, you know, my daughter would like to work at the pool, but while I'm a board member, she can't.
Right.
So she's all over me about that. However, a lot of the membership has discussed, they feel that there's a problem with that. They don't want that.
Do we,
So you're saying that your daughter cannot work on the fort because
I'm saying I'm listening to what the membership is telling me, and I'm going
I don't understand what the problem would be in general, because what effect would a board member's spouse, relative have on the operation of the fort if they are a working class person? And I don't mean that disrespectfully. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't see any problem with that.
Well,
Your daughter, it's a perfect example, your daughter could have a job working on the fort if she wanted to, if she qualified. You're saying that, no, I don't want her to. That's basically what you're saying.
I'm saying I'm listening to the people who voted for me, and I want to vote their opinion, not mine.
Roby, I've also talked to people, and I've talked to both sides of it. I've heard people, actually, they weren't really sure about it because they didn't really know all of the employees on the fort and what their functions are. And I have others that agree that we need to get some better people working on the fort. And Bracketville is a poor source to find employers. There's, through no fault of their own, a lot of the people in Bracketville are, their education level's low. Doesn't mean they're not intelligent, but there are some other issues there. And I've also talked to people that think that agree that we need to do better and find better people, because we're going through people here like water through your fingers. So I've heard both sides of the story, and I've talked to just as many people probably as say that this is not a bad idea, as long as there are some restrictions on it. The board is not involved directly in hiring, and administrative people who have control over finances and so forth are not involved in this resolution. And a few months ago, when we first talked about this, you actually brought this up and thought that it was unfair that somebody who is only a lifeguard at a pool should be penalized when she has absolutely no conflict of interest with any of the work that we do as board members. And you've evidently changed your opinion on that?
Yes.
Did it have anything to do with an email that we received the other day?
No. It has to do with the people here that live on the fort. A lot of them said they don't really agree with that resolution. And just because it would affect me, if my daughter would like to work down there, that's not a reason for me to vote for it. I think administered properly, it probably would not be a bad thing. However, I didn't run for the board to just vote my opinion. I ran for the board to vote the people on the fort's opinion. And that's what.
In the past, I don't know, way past, these things could be addressed on an individual basis by the board, and commissioner exemption is given. I don't know what's happened in the resolution since then, but that was an option at one time.
like you hire somebody for favoritism.
You know, like your life at the tennis center, you know,
Yeah.
I'm sure that
She had to quit her job there because Randy got elected to the board. What she can do about swaying Joey's idea of how to run this place is beyond me, but I guess that's okay.
The reason I asked you about the, and you know which one I'm talking about.
Not right off, I don't remember, we had several, so I don't remember exactly.
The person who sent this email to the board will not be, the authors will not be named. And, it was sent to board members, and I believe a couple others who are not board members. But we do want to do what the board wants us to do. Make no mistake, all right? My belief is truly honest that I think we're losing out on some very talented people by this restriction. And I genuinely believe that. And I don't want to go against the majority of the board because I want to represent you. But this email alarms me because one member on the fort has taken it upon her or himself and to comment on this issue, but in a threatening manner. And again, I'm not going to tell who did it. It was sent on January 14th at 5:22 p.m. And it says, "Dear directors," and in red, bold-faced type, "do not attempt to change our bylaws so a director's spouse can have a job. How despicable and underhanded. You should be ashamed of yourselves for even considering such action. If you do, I will not rest until you are exposed and removed from office." I think that is inappropriate at best, despicable at worst. And the only reason I bring it up is because we want to do the best for all of you. We do not want to be bullied or intimidated into doing something that may not be the best for the board simply because one member thinks it's inappropriate.
I'll ask a question. Roby, you're talking about the membership being against it or for it, whatever way you want to go. Do you have a personal for or against reason?
A personal for or against reason?
I mean, would you be for it?
What I just said was, administered correctly, I think it would probably be a good thing.
Okay, that's all I want to know. Okay, at this time we'll have to call for a vote. All in favor of approving the resolution? All opposed? Does not pass. Okay, we'll go into our 15-minute discussion period. If somebody would please give me the thank you so much.